Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Thursday's worship. Again, we are looking at celebrating diversity and recognizing that we are all God's children. Peace be with you. So, looking at this picture here, who can tell me what their favourite sweet is? Have a think. What's your favourite one to eat? Is it eclairs? Is it all sorts, M&Ms, pastels, polos, or something different? And it doesn't matter if one person likes licorice all sorts and not anybody else. And it doesn't matter that we all have different favourite sweets, does it? It is an absolute nature and society that we live in that we all are different. And this little jigsaw piece here shows the different ways that we can be different. A different job, different race, different thinking styles, different ethnicity. And it's all those things that make our society wonderful. Now, look at this picture here. If we were all the same and we surrounded ourselves with everybody the same as us, because sometimes that's what makes us feel uncomfortable, we might all look like this family, which, as cute as it is, maybe a little bit too much. Can you imagine if everybody in this school wore exactly the same clothes? Now, I know we wear a uniform, but we don't all have exactly the same clothes, do we? And outside of school, if we all wore exactly the same thing again, we don't. We choose to wear clothes that celebrate who we are as a person. And maybe you might have some sequins on your top, or you might have something to do with a game, or something to do with something else that you like. And it's our own personal choice to dress how we want to outside of school. And it's another way of expressing who we are. And that, again, is what makes our society wonderful. So, let's have a look. It says here, don't discriminate. We are all the same on the inside. So even though we have a green, a blue, a yellow, and a red M&M on the inside, they're all just chocolate. And on the inside of us, we are all human. We all feel joy, we feel pain, we feel fear, we have hopes and dreams and gifts and talents, and we all share in a common humanity, that we are all part of the human race. So, today's assembly and worship links to the International Day for Tolerance, which I know isn't for a few weeks yet, but I thought it fit incredibly well with everything that we've been discussing. So on Monday, the 16th of November, we will come back to this in worship and have a discussion about it. And tolerance is about accepting difference, a fair attitude towards those whose opinions, beliefs, practices, racial or ethnic origins differ from yours. So have a think. Have you ever disagreed with one of your friends? With your family? With work colleagues? But it doesn't mean we fall out, and it doesn't mean we lose respect for each other. We still treat each other equally. Now, some of you might remember this lady, Jo Cox. So following her murder, there was a really, really strong sense as a society that the UK should work together towards a greater tolerance. And to mark the anniversary of this, many people across the UK came together to picnics, barbecues, and celebrate. And one of her quotes from her maiden speech is, "We are far more united and have far more in common with each other than which divides us," which is so true. How many things do we all have in common rather than what's different? So I want you to have a little think. Just have a little stop, have a whiz through that. And it's really difficult when you've not got children answering back to you and putting your wonderful ideas in, but have a think. How are we all different? What makes us all different? What's amazing about all our differences? So it remains true that in our world, there are people who feel challenged and threatened by difference and diversity. Perhaps they've been taught to fear difference rather than accept it or celebrate it. Perhaps they've not had the chance to meet or be with people who are different from themselves. Learning and remembering that we are all the same on the inside is an important message that the world still needs to hear. So even though in our school we are really good at showing tolerance and accepting everybody for their individuality, outside in the big wide world we need to share that message with everybody to make sure everybody thinks the same thing. It says that deep down inside we are all the same. We all have the same emotions. Got a picture here just to make you think. Children are not born intolerant, but society can teach intolerance. Today, we reflect and celebrate tolerance. So if somebody says something that you don't think is right, you challenge that. You tell them. We are all born accepting one another. Thank goodness our world is made up of all sorts. Maybe not those sweets, I don't like them very much. However, in a world, I love that everybody in school brings something different. Even the members of staff and the teachers in this school all bring something different that make our school the wonderful place it is. And each and every one of you also brings something different that makes this school the special school it is. And I cannot wait until we can all come back together properly and celebrate and worship together as one big family. Let's put our hands together. Dear God, we celebrate the ways in which we are different. Thank you that you have made each of us a one-off and that you love us. Our fingerprints are a reminder that we are unique. Help us to value and celebrate the uniqueness of others. Help us to be comfortable with difference and to remember that deep down we are all the same on the inside and we are all created in your image. Help us to be tolerant, understanding, and accepting. Help us to never think that discrimination, hatred, or prejudice is okay. Give us the courage to challenge any prejudices we may hold. Help us to be open to becoming and growing more tolerant. Amen. Growing in God's love, learning as we go. And there's a little quote there from the Quran as well. It says, and of his signs and in the creation of heavens and earth, the diversity of your languages and your colours. Indeed, in that are signs for those of knowledge. So even though we all have different beliefs and different religious beliefs, there is an example of one common goal of being tolerant of each other. I hope to see you all very, very soon. It's been a very, very, very long time not seeing all your faces in school. And I miss you very much. See you all soon. Bye.